Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 17th episode of Piano Cafe Virtual Connection. We will be joining today Washington, D.C. I, Faisal Alam Raju, host today, CEO Piano Island Tours and Travel. Today our guest, professional tourist guide, global brand ambassador, World Federation of Tourist Guide Association, Miss Maricha Donato. Ma'am, welcome to you, our studio. We give you a big thank for your valuable time. Today our subject, dream job of tourist guide. Today a dream day for Bangladesh because today we connect with Washington DC. Today we try to find tourism opportunity. Hope from today we are opening a new tourism destination. Before we go to the main discussion of the program, we would like to inform the people of Washington DC for you the name of our most popular tourist place of Bangladesh. Through you, I invite travel thirsty people from the Washington DC to visit Bangladesh. We have many archaeological monuments and traditional to visit in Bangladesh. Therefore, we have beautiful rivers. There is hills, there is Bay of Bengal. In the heart of the Bay of Bengal, there is the blue whale and the famous Saint Martin named as a coconut island. This is not the end of the tradition. The more tradition is the clothing name is the Jamdani, which is the famous all over the world. Besides, there is no doubt that the mangrove Sundarban, which has been included in the UNESCO Heritage Site, will give you a truly extraordinary travel experience. Besides, the hospitality of hospitable Bangladeshis will fascinate you. Ladies and gentlemen, please, today you hear our discussion, the very, very important discussion. Today we inform you as well our subject, dream job of tourist guide. Okay, let's talk with Maricha Donato. Ma'am, we welcoming you our studio. How is you, ma'am, today?
Yes, thank you for having us again. I know you had us only a week ago, and now we're back. So we send greetings to our Bangladeshi colleagues, and we hope that someday we will be able to open the borders and come and visit your beautiful country. And we are all opening our city in Washington. This week we started to open it, not yet for tourists, we're not there yet, but the city has opened, meaning we have more outdoor coffee shops are open, we have hairdressers that are open, so I had my hair cut on June 1, so I felt so happy after 3 months of being locked down, and now we are going out, but always with masks, and hand washing always, and social distancing. We always try to respect that so that we are always safe, you know, from one another, from ourselves, from one another, that we do not infect others in case we have some germs. So we are trying slowly to open up, but not yet with tourism. Because hopefully it will come next month. Maybe it will be better next month.
Okay, ma'am. Still, we are not starting our tourism very well, because still there is some critical situation. Maybe the COVID situation go up in the coming day. So our government maybe apply again lockdown for 14 days or 21 days. We don't know what is the coming in what is the facing in coming day. We don't know. Then let's go. We talked our discussion about ma'am, our first question. Our first question: why did you choose tourist guide as your profession?
Yes, I think we should turn it around and say, why did the profession of tourist guide choose me? I think that's where the question is better. I turn it around. I have been in the tourism industry for about 35 years. So I started with Air France, the airline, and then I worked in the World Bank office in Paris and in the travel office. So I was booking hotels for all the World Bank consultants that were visiting all around the world. And then I was moved to Washington. I worked for the American Express travel office at the World Bank again. So I was exposed to different sectors of the industry in hotels, in cruise ships. And then in 1994, I opened my own company called Washington Tours and Events. And I have that company for a long time now. Because I speak so many languages, I speak 7 languages. I guide in 5, but speak 7 fluently. They all told me, why don't you explore tourist guiding? And I didn't know what that was. So I said, can you tell me more? So I went into a training program for about I could do the training much better, much stronger, and I did. So in 1998, I created my own training program, and I have trained maybe over 800 tourist guides around Washington and around the world. So it has grown so much, and now I'm a little getting tired a little bit because of walking, talking, moving around on a motor coach. But I love the job. I love the profession. So it's a calling. It has to call you to come and open that door. Otherwise, it's very hard. It will be very frustrating. But I love it. And I found, of course, the World Federation in 1997 when I attended the first meeting in Montreal. And we formed the training committee of the Federation. And that's where everything just started to mushroom and grow to where it is today. So today I have a very rich life. It's not that, I'm still young. My body is already aching. My knees are aching, but I still want to help and train people. I'm very involved in the Federation, as you know, but I am speaking to you today on my own words, on my own expressions, and everything I'm telling you it's coming from me and from no one else. So that's my little background.
Yes, ma'am, we want to know when you involve in this profession. That means it's how old are you then? It's the middle of your age.
Yeah, it must have been maybe 40, 45, something like that. So I was already old because I already worked a big chunk of my professional life.
Yes.
So it must have been mid-40s that I started opening the career of guiding. And I have been here now for about 20 years already. So it's a long time.
Ma'am, we know you live now at Washington, D.C. But
Yes.
what country are you born in? Washington, D.C. or any other country?
Good question. Thank you. I was born, raised, educated in Manila, Philippines. So
Okay.
all my life until college, 22 years old, I was in the Philippines. And then I left. I left, but I keep on going back. Like now I live 2 months in the Philippines, 10 months in Washington because of my job. And of
Okay.
course, my work and family. I have family both countries. So I belong in two different countries right now. But I like moving from country to country because I visit my sisters in the Philippines, my nephews and nieces, parents are gone, but I have family in both worlds and I like it. I like to, and I train there too. I teach in
Okay.
universities, I give workshops, I give training programs to tourist guides with the Department of Tourism. So I'm very involved and very active.
I pray that in coming day I get training. I am trained from by yourself. Now, ma'am, do you think that tourist guide can play an important role in the development of tourism?
Oh, they already do. They are players. They are very important players. We have a voice. We're getting a stronger voice because
Yes.
of the association. We are affiliate member of UNWTO, the association is. So we have some leverage, into what we belong to many government organizations. Also here in Washington, we belong to a government organization so that when they talk about tourism, the guide is represented in the table. So we are working very hard to have a stronger presence in our government.
Some country neglect tourist guides, you know that, and they did not getting their respect from government or attention from government. Why this is happen with the tourist guide?
we I, each government is so different. I mean, there's 295 countries in the world, and they all operate differently. I cannot speak for them. It's just that what we need for the associations, you need an association to be stronger. You need to form an association. That's what I suggest. Because with the association, you have a stronger presence. You can work into government, you can come and belong to us. We give you the tools, but you need to have a stronger people, not only one. You need a more cooperation and collaboration among tourist guides, even 10 of you, but have it together, not separate and doing your own thing. And then work out solutions. Try to find solutions rather than problems. That's all we can say.
Okay, ma'am, what formal education did you take as a tourist guide?
That's a very good question. Of course, I have a college graduate. I'm a college graduate. And when I arrived in America or Paris, I took up like French. So I speak French very well because I went to French language school. But I didn't think about tourist guiding at all. So I just wanted the language because I live there. And then when I came to Washington, I started working in a travel agency called American Express that worked with international visitors worldwide. So then I started picking up, I went to Italian school and I started building. And then they sent me to graduate school. So I have my master's program in international tourism administration with a focus on events management. But it was the company that subsidized, that paid for the school because it's very expensive. But I liked it because I learned so much more about global international tourism, and which made me create my own business. With that, I was able to create my company because I needed money to come in. I needed revenue. So I was able to create a product that everybody liked, that everybody was signing up, like the training program, the tours in different languages, the, bringing you to different places. So I created a whole new experience for the guests. And now, after COVID, we call it the AC, after COVID world, we are creating again new experiences for the guests, like local tourism, more on within the city. We have to focus within the city, but more deeper, maybe deeper experiences. We're still putting it together, but we should launch next month. We should have already a new product after COVID by next month.
Ma'am, what should be the most important things to be a tourist guide?
Well, you need to have good communication skills. You need to love people skills, communication skills, um,
Okay.
human relations, taking care of your guests. You need to have patience, lots of patience. You need,
Ma'am, I think tourist guide are the tourism ambassador of a country. Would
yes,
you agree with me on this?
definitely. We are the frontliners. We are meeting the people. We are the face of the city. So when they meet us, I represent my city and I always welcome them. That's my first sentence is welcome to my city. All my guests from around the world, around the country, we want to welcome you. So you are there. Hospitality is number one too. Just be very kind to your driver, the bus driver, the motor coach operator, the people, to your fellow tourist guides. Kindness. That's the way you move.
Ma'am, we know you joined World Federation of Tourist Guide in 1997. Now, tell us, how are you a global brand ambassador today? How long did it take you to get to this stage?
Very good question. First of all, that brand ambassador recognition only came with the new administration, with the new president. And Mrs. Alushka Ricci, I think, was the one who initiated the recognition because I believe that they saw what I was doing. Every time we have a convention in different countries, I would approach the embassy here in Washington and ask them to do a presentation about their country to the different guides so that we could bring more people to the convention. And it worked. I went from Bali from 2009, I believe it was Bali, and then China and Estonia, Latvia. We went to so many different country embassies here in Washington, and every time they would give a reception to welcome the tourist guides of Washington and whoever wanted to come to give a presentation about the culture, the food, the wine of their country. And then we had a lot of people want to sign up and come. Well, I would bring 20, 25, 30 people to the conference. And they saw that. See? I mean, me, I love doing it. I don't ask for money to do it. I'm not paid. This is all volunteer. But I guess they recognized the way I was doing it. And maybe because of that, they give the recognition of brand ambassador, which is really representing the brand, which is the federation. So in November of 2017, I received my little recognition, and I can be brand ambassador as long as they want me to. So I continue to represent the brand around the world when I travel, just telling them more what the federation is so that other people will know. And platforms like what you're doing is very important. So I want to applaud you for the good work you're doing, creating this platform and making us speak about guides. It's good for guides to have a voice like this. So you should extend this to a bigger audience, much bigger. It's a very good way to communicate to the world what the profession of tourist guiding is.
Ma'am, what are your future plans? And do you want to include Bangladesh in your plan? Will the tourist guide of Bangladesh share any message from you?
Well, the tourist guide of Bangladesh, my message is, you need an association. grow an association together. You need to come together as guides. You need to have strong leaders. One leader who is good in communicating can work with us, and we make you part of the federation. That's one thing. And then we can help you where your needs are. Training is important. We have trainings all year round. The federation gives trainings. We can go there and train you. You can come to the school. We have training schools in Cyprus. I think every November they give training. So, just get involved more and ask for help, because we don't know what you need. So right now, my advice is get strong, build an association, even 3 people, 4 people, that's okay. Just come together as 3 guides, 4 guides, and create a name for yourself. And then we build on that. We can start building on that. But you have to begin somewhere, especially now after COVID. This is the time to begin.
Okay, ma'am, have you had any bad experience as a tourist guide?
Well, of course, in any profession, there will always be unhappy moment. Not so bad like death, I don't think so. But maybe passengers that you cannot satisfy, always complaining. We have a lot of people who complain all the time, complain about the weather, complain about the food. Always, that's human nature. They will always complain. You cannot make everybody happy. But my role is not, my role is to communicate, to tell stories. So I'm a storyteller. I interpret the city in many languages. That's what I am. And I'm very true to my role. So always tell the truth, keep to the truth. And that will help you in the end. And try not to go into arguments, maybe not, for me, I don't go that low. But just to keep high, raise high. I always say to my colleagues, go higher than them, because it's too low when you're too much so hot, so cold, food is not good, the guide is not good, so many little things. And we don't have time for that. We need to look at it in the bigger picture. So that's all. And try to follow your heart. That's why follow your dream. This is a dream job. Many people cannot achieve this dream. Imagine to deal with the whole world in your hands. All countries come, all kinds of nationalities, all kinds of religion. We don't look at that, but we look at ambassadors. We look at friendship, joining hands together. That's what we look at. Peace. You are a peace ambassador. And that's what I want to leave you with. I leave you with peace in my heart, and peace that you will be able to form an association in this year, at least this year. Start make it happen this year.
Thank you, ma'am. Then, what is your advice for those who want to be a tourist guide?
I think number 1, you need to get trained. You need a professional training. There are now a lot of webinars about guiding. So many. There's virtual tourism. Join that. Join as much and do your own. You're telling me about Bangladesh in the beginning. Instead of talking to me, film it. Go around and film it and send us the clip. Become a virtual guide. Go to the water, to the river. Tell me a story about that. 2 minutes. And we can see it. So make my eyes see, because we're visual storytellers. Everything is visual rather than audio. Okay? In the guiding world, the visual is very strong. It's 90% of our work is visual. So show me rather than tell me.
Thank you, ma'am. Tell us about the most memorable experience as a tourist guide.
Oh, there's so many. The best that I love is the multi-generational, meaning the grandparents with their grandchildren. with their children, grandchildren, coming together as a family. And I'm their guide. And I love that because I try to mix the stories together. So I connect the three generations from the grandfather stories to the children of the father to the grandchildren. And that's a story in itself. So I talk about different family groups, like people who live in the White House, you know, the families of the presidents, the people who have died and left families behind when we talk about the military. So I have many stories that I created and about real people who also had family groups, but not traveling, you know, like the way they're traveling today, of different ages. I love that because I try to bring that together into one story, you know, their story. Oh, I enjoy that very much. So those are my memories, memorable. And I'm doing it now with my own family, trying to put we have 5 generations of my family, from the mother and father to the children, to the grandchildren, to the great grandchildren, to the great great grandchildren. I'm trying to put them in Zoom, for example, you know, trying
Okay.
to connect. So one thing I want to leave you with, you know, there's connection, collaboration, communication, connectivity, and just cooperation. Those are the C's that I want to leave you with. You need to cooperate, collaborate, communicate, connect, all of that. Conversation. This is good, very good.
Ma'am, you are, when are you involved in this industry as a tourist guide? You are a woman. Now I want to ask a question. How do you, as a woman, want to encourage women to join this profession?
Yeah, I don't think there's a gender specification. I don't think I'm gender specific, a woman, male, anybody who has the spirit, the energy, the love, the passion, you know, to want to help other people should go into guiding, especially if you are strong, you are young, you can walk, you can talk, you can tell stories, you know, social media, you know, all of that. It's so good today to have so many variety, so much variety of the experience. So it's not male or female. Anybody can do it. I don't look at gender. I don't look at color. I don't look at religion. I don't look at any of that. I look at the heart. The heart has no color, no gender, no religion. It's something that your energy is there. It's a kind heart. You want to help people. That's what I want. Service. So I look at service.
Ma'am, how do you combine as a female tourist guide and your a family? How you combine your work and family? How you manage?
It's
As
hard.
a, it's very hard, maybe.
Yeah, I don't have children right now. I mean, I don't have children. So my whole work is really the guiding. So I do a lot with my work, but I don't really have a young family. I have older sisters and brothers, and they're all adults right now. So there's nothing. I do a lot of social media, so I concentrate on family. If they ask questions, I'm with them. You know, so I manage to balance, you know, family and
Ma'am, you know, if women are interested to involve, then they have right to know the profession and family. How combine? How
yeah,
from your point? How you discuss this matter? How the solution? If you have a family now, then how you assist them and how you manage your profession?
each one is different. There is no rule on that. All of us are independent. We don't belong to anybody. So you work when you want to work. We're independent contractors. You know, I don't work for anybody. So I have no rules and to follow. I work when I want to work. Right now I have no work. See, nothing. Because there's no work right now. But
No
I will.
work, no money. No work, no money
Yeah,
right
but
now.
you you can do it virtually. That's what we're trying to do, is do virtual tours. And you can get revenue stream per person on the virtual tours. You can. You have to think and go higher, because sometimes the ones that you're doing online are free, but later on you can charge for this. That's why you have to learn how to do it and start putting videos about your city online so that they can see, hey, I want to join that tour. I want to do this. But then you pay online to join the tour, something like that.
Ma'am, as a WFTGA Global Brand Ambassador, what is the first step to encourage women to take up this great profession?
You have to get first your association to
No. Ma'am, question is very clear. That is, what is the first step to encourage women to take up this great profession? If as a brand ambassador, global brand ambassador, World Federation of Tourist Guide Association, how you encourage women to take up this great profession?
Well, I can, each profession, I want to be a doctor. I want to be an architect. I want to be a lawyer. How do you begin? I mean, what happens in your mind when you want to become a doctor or a lawyer? Where do you go? You go to school. You have to get education for that. You cannot just go into the operating room and start cutting up. You don't know what you're doing. So you need to learn. You first, number one, want to do it.
Ma'am, but for women, you need to realize to encourage them why they choose the beginning, why I am become a tourist guide, why I am after my career 14 years I am involved in textile line. 14 years I have good experience from lower to higher. I work as a executive director on export garments. So after that, I left the garments industry and I open my freelancing, guiding, and then after open my company to treat. Then we want to know for women, you are a woman, how you encourage the, in remote area where a lot of people need work, then how they encourage to take this profession as a tourist guide?
It's hard. We cannot tell. Everybody will do their own thing. Maybe listen to broadcasts, go on YouTube, look at it. What is it that you like about it? Do they know something about it? Why are you pushing them? Don't push them to become tourist guides. Let them do what their dream. Each one has a dream to follow. You cannot impose. You're a woman, you become a guide. No, you have to follow wherever your calling is. Otherwise, it's not going to work. So each one of us needs to have a direction. You know that when you're young, this happens when you're 20, you don't know where you're going. So you say, what do I want to do? I want to be a yoga teacher. I want to be a Zoom instructor, Zumba. Where do I want to go? Then you research, you look, how do I get trained? Where do I get to school? It's up to the individual. We can give talks like this, but it's up to them. It's up to them if they want it.
Okay, ma'am, we are very near almost last two questions. What qualities and qualification do I need if I want to be an ambassador of tourist guides organization or ambassador of tourist guide in Bangladesh?
We are all ambassadors. We are all ambassador is a name anybody can get. All of us. Because we are frontline. So you are an ambassador. Right now, talking to us like this, you are an ambassador of your company. So it's not because the word ambassador is so, no, ambassador means hospitality. It's the welcoming. You are welcoming me into your studio. That's an ambassador, but the brand ambassador is given by the company. So your company or whoever, you know, like Uber, the sharer ride, their drivers are brand ambassadors because they represent the brand, but they have to get good ratings. They have to, you know, be recognized, that people are giving good feedback, something like that. People have to know what you're doing so that you become the brand. You know, it takes time. You build. You have to be visible in the community. But ambassador, everybody is a peace ambassador. We try to encourage that. We are all peace ambassadors.
Ma'am, last question, and this question is very, very important. You know, Bangladesh Prime Minister is woman, Sheikh Hasina, and World Federation of Tourist Guide Association global ambassador. You are the act as a global ambassador, Maricha Donato. Now, can you say something to encourage numerous female tourist guide who want to involve with this profession?
Yes, go ahead, get involved. Yes, if you want, we will help you. You have to come, it has to come from you. You are the person who will knock at the door and say, I want to get involved. I want to know more. Help me. And we will help you with the training, with communication. You know, we will try to help you grow. But you have to come to us and say, I am ready. Can you help me? You know, that's the way we can do it. And we want to connect with you, but form an association first. It's good to have together, not just individual. It's good to come together and have a license and have regulations. I think that's very good. So I encourage you to continue your good work. You're doing very, very well and doing all these platforms. Maybe next time you can invite all these women that you're talking about to come together. If just you have a panel. You can create a panel discussion and have 5 women with you and talk about each one. Maybe that will help. I don't know. We have to find out where you're going with this. You know, how do you want to develop this? Because you're all alone. Do you have government support? What kind of support do you have?
Okay. Okay, thank you, ma'am, for your conversation, and thank you for your valuable time. Today we are finish our this episode. Ladies and gentlemen, we hearing the experience professional tourist guides, Miss Maricha Donato, experienced knowledge. For today, we want to say goodbye, but for tomorrow, please keep your eyes. Our next discussion, Uzbekistan. Keep your eyes tomorrow, 2 p.m. We will see you on time. For now, I want to say goodbye. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for your kind cooperation, and again welcoming you. And please pay your visit in our country. We are welcoming you, and I personally welcoming you to my home.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you. And
Thank
good
you.
luck, all of you. Good luck. God bless
Thank
you and have peace all over the world. Especially, you know, now with all the problems that we have, I want everyone to have peace in their heart, peace in the home, peace in the country, and peace among all people.
Thank you, ma'am. Bye.
Bye.